You clicked on this video because you want to be consistent with your work. And I'll teach you how to be, provided that you will be watching this video. You will not be the same man after this video if you practice what I'm going to give you to do. You want to get rid of procrastination and be a consistent man, then you can. There are two types of people. People who have something creative in their lives, like making music, drawing, painting, dancing, martial arts, anything. And there is the other group of people that literally have no hobbies. And they just spend time on social media and just go to work, waste their time, sometimes their money, and achieve nothing. And fundamentally, they are not creative. So which of the two are you? Because I can't help you when you're the second type. Let's assume, for the sake of making this video, that you're the first type. You have something creative going on, but you want to expand. For example, you paint and you want to start making content about it, but you were not successful because you gave up. So now you want to be consistent with that. What do? First, I want to bring some awareness, some light on your passion. You're doing it because you like it. It's offering you flow, enjoyment, and creativity. It exerts these capacities of yours where it involves you and you know what to do. And your skill is up to the challenge. And this is what you like most. But on the other side, you have the things that require you discipline and to be consistent. And it's like, let's say, could be your business. And so the problem is that you have to be consistent, but you're not. How do you solve this? The trick is to be clear on what you want, because most people are not. As soon as you're clear, everything else is just a strategy game, right? You imagine yourself this character, and by the way, see my video, How to Gamify Life, where you grow on all these levels. And you grow because now you have the rule, the condition of why you will grow, and you will achieve success. So provided that you now have clarity on what you want, the next step is to employ discipline. And here is where the rubber meets the road. If you want to be consistent, you will need to start by doing the bare minimum that ensures progress, not results. What do I mean by that? If you want to start in bodybuilding, you go to the gym and start playing with the weights, start walking on a treadmill and seeing how the equipment works. But you're so decisive, then your desire will stay with you for the long term. So what you want to do is just first get yourself familiar with the environment and after that shoot for the bigger goal. If you struggle to make content and you can't be consistent to stick to the schedule, you need to create yourself a system, a strategy that will ensure that you do with a minimum amount of effort required the video in question. Because this is the most overlooked thing when it comes to progress and success long term. This very simple thing, the discipline to continue despite of your feelings, despite of your emotions, and just putting yourself out there, meeting customers, making phone calls, and so many more. As soon as you're clear on what you want, everything is second nature, brother. Remember what I tell you, because most people will never know what they want in their entire life. And remember, your wants can change, and this is a good thing because you can further refine what you want and bring you closer to the optimal lifestyle you want, or enjoyment, or result you want. Okay, so even if this thing is simple, most people never do it. So if you want to do it, you need to employ discipline. Start small. This is the secret to the whole thing. Number 3, keep going but improve. Long term is rewarded, especially on the internet these days. So what you want to do is just to keep going, brother. No matter what you do, if you want to be consistent, just get it done. You want to emphasize quantity over quality. This is the only way for you to advance. You need a higher output at the expense of quality. There is no other way. You cannot learn unless you expose yourself to failure. The more you expose yourself to failure, the more your chances of improving quality. Because quality is a game of numbers and improvement, obviously. So if you want to be consistent, you will need to get things done. Sometimes that means ending with good enough. You might not complete the project as you wanted. You might have to render that as it is and improve next time. You have to consider all of these variables, especially when you consider to be consistent. Consistent doesn't mean perfect. It means consistent. And that means one thing only. You need to deliver on schedule. Black or white, gray, doesn't matter. In between, you will have to deliver. It's better done than perfect. It has always been like that. Don't bother about quality. The quality will come, but you're not there yet. Your problem is consistency. Consistency is your key to find the shortcuts in the amount you produce to give you quality as an end goal. So it's a game of reps. The more reps you put in, the more quality you'll get out. But it's not short term. You'll have to stick with it for the long run. It's the only way, right? So if you're a perfectionist in your current creative passion you will have to dial down the perfection in the thing you struggle with to maintain consistency. So you will have to get out of your comfort zone and adapt to shipping unfinished work. And again, sometimes you have to call it good enough. And I highly suggest you write that down on a piece of paper. It will help you with consistency. It will help you with delivery on the schedule, on time. It's a crazy thing, I know, but you will have to sacrifice at first. When your problem is consistency, then your quality should not be a priority. You know, when you want to be consistent, you want to have results, and those results will only appear when you create yourself a system of printing that and making that consistency possible. For example, having your tools ready so you can minimize the friction when you create your creative work, and also the mental frame ready when you know you will not be producing at your best because your main objective is to be consistent. And you will know when to transition from being consistent to producing original quality work. That transition will be very obvious. It's just like when you're thirsty, you know you have to drink water, same with this. So until you transform yourself into the identity that's consistent and take this thing you want to do, like working on your business, and make it part of yourself, you can't be focusing on anything else. That's less important. And quality is at the bottom of the list. Consider that. You can't achieve anything worthwhile if you work on the wrong things. No, you'll have to be like a pyramid. Take it step by step. And sometimes step by step means slowly, a beginner level. But this is how you've built the passion for the thing you currently have and you're quite a master at. And out of 1,000 people around you or 1,000 miles around you, nobody's doing what you do. Especially if you're creative and you have this thing that you're good at, then you know how things work. But the problem is that you might be lacking courage to go and pursue this thing you want to do, you know? And that can become your main problem. That is your priority, with other words, to fix it, to find the courage to get out of your comfort zone and see what you're truly capable of. And maybe that's your problem with consistency. Or your problem with consistency can be what people say about you, you know? Especially when you don't know yourself, when you try to put yourself out there to the people's opinion, to the risk of rejection, and so many more. You will have to sit down, take stock of yourself, set yourself some intentions, and follow them through. And from there, see where your bottleneck is. Take a step back and observe yourself as a stranger would. I guarantee you, if you work on the right thing, you will have no problem with being consistent. It's very easy. It just requires self-observation. And answer this question, how badly do you want the thing you want? Then you will have to be consistent. Because if you don't want it that badly, then you're working on the wrong problem, my friend. And consistency might not be the answer you look for. But let's say you might need to be disciplined. And is related, but consistency requires discipline, you see? So if you're not a disciplined person, you can't be consistent. Can you be consistent without being disciplined? You can, but you'll not ship on schedule. So what kind of consistency is that? It might not fully represent what consistency means or is. So that's up to you to think. What do you think about that? I think it's crazy. Look, what you need to do is to really look at yourself and see what you like most. See if the thing you do is worth fighting for, is worth being consistent about, is worth investing the time, is worth taking the loss and wasting the years on it. Really look, really see. Do some soul searching. See what comes up. Ask yourself, go on a walk, not just one, many, until you find the right answer for you. Next point, we have keep going, but improve. We know what keep going means. You gotta do it despite your emotions, despite what you feel like doing or not doing. You gotta keep going in the face of obstacles, because if the thing you want is worth fighting for, then you have the ability to match and surpass the fight, not just win the fight, but the whole battle. And this will keep you going. So if you have the fire strongly lit under you, you will keep going. But what happens when this fire dies? If it doesn't feel good, just switch things up. You're not a tree. You're a human being. You are a blank slate. If you've invested years in one thing and now it's time for you to switch, then do it. If that requires being consistent, work on that as well, right? You need to understand that when the time comes to switch gears, you will do it. That's the difference between a loser and a master. The loser stops while the master pursues, changes, takes different shapes, and understands reality better. So that's why you will need to keep going and also improve on the right thing. How do you know it's the right thing? Start from how good it feels to you when you do it. And that's the only difference. And on this point, we have improve. You will have to improve, you know. That is, you adapt to the changes and all that. And this adaptation requires understanding. So you will need to read some books, watch some tutorials, some videos, and practice. And consistency will be your second nature, or even your middle name, if that's what you want. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you like, if you don't, it's fine. And please check out my other videos. If you have any questions, comments, or observations on this video, please leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Thank you.